Hi everyone, in this video we will see this question, beautiful array. It was asked in the lead code, and I want to make sure that you know these type of the questions. Now, these type of questions in particular do not involve any kind of a particular complex data structure. These do not require any complex data structure, but these require some of the calculations. These kind of questions require some of the calculation part. Okay, now like you have to check the patterns. You have to check the patterns in these type of the questions. That would be more helpful to you. You just need to know the type of the questions that can be asked upon, so that you have an idea, like whenever next you will be asked this kind of a question, so you have a technique to solve this question. Now let's see what the question states. The question states that you are given an array, you are given a number n, and it's you are required to form an array of that. You are required to form an array of that, and you are given a number n. Now the array would be set as beautiful if it has this condition: for every I which is less than j, there exists a k between them such that nums of k into 2 is equals to nums of I plus nums of j. And given and return any beautiful array nums. So you can return any permutation. That is the one that is we are seeing over here. Okay, so what the question states that, for example, let's say that n is equals to 3, so the permutation become 1 2 3 1 2 3 from 1 to 3, right? But let's say that this is our I, and this is our j. So let's say that this is our k. Now here I is equals to 0, and j is equals to 2, right? And k is equals to 1. So this condition is satisfied. I is less than k, which is less than j, right? Now let's say the condition nums of k into 2 is equals to nums of 2 nums of 2, which means nums of 1 into 2 is equals to 2 into 2 is equals to 4. Now this 2 into 2 would become 4. Now nums of I plus nums of j, nums of I plus nums of j, it would become 3 plus 1, which would become 4. The condition is not satisfied. This condition should not hold. So this array would not become a beautiful array. This array would not become a beautiful array. We want to generate such a combination which we can say that yes, this is a beautiful array. This is what question demands. So let us change the combination of this particular function. Let us just say that 2 1 3. This is the permutation of the three numbers. This is the valid permutation of three numbers. Now let's check the condition upon this. We have 2 1 3. Let's say that this is our I, this is our j, and this is our k. So k into 2, yani ki 1 into 2 is equals to 3 plus 2 is not equal to 3 plus 2, because 2 is not equal to 5. So this condition is not satisfied. Therefore this particular permutation is a beautiful permutation. This particular permutation is a beautiful permutation. Okay, this is a beautiful permutation, right? Now we have to return any such permutation. Like they have granted that this permutation exists in the array. So the constraints of this, let's talk about constraints of this question. The constraints of this question are 1 to n and 2000. Like n belongs from 1 to 1000. Okay, so for that you have to calculate this equation. Now whenever you see this kind of a question, the first brute force method that, let me just clear this one. First brute force method that arrives to your mind is that you generate all the combinations, you generate you generate uh, all the possible combinations, all the possible permutations, and check them for them, and check for the particular conditions for every ij, and check for particular condition, particular condition, which is nums of k into 2 should be not equal into nums of I plus nums of j for every permutation, now try to think of the time complexity of this particular approach, right? So let's say that we are given a number n is equals to 4. So one possible combination will be 1, 2, 3, 4. Another combination possible will be 4, 3, 2, 1. So there can be many possible combinations for this uh, particular n. Now for every element, for every permutation you will check. For every permutation you will check. For 4 you will check like this is the for every length 4. So for number of permutations into big O of n, for every permutation. Now the permutation would be in the factorial form. The permutation number would be in the factorial form. So this will be a huge time complexity approach. Because you have 1,000 ends. And this will cause a lot of TLE to you, and this will not run. Okay, so you have to optimize your approach. Okay, you can optimize approach. You can think of a solution which runs in big O of n. You can also think of a solution which runs in big O of n square, because big O of 10 to the power 3 square is like 10 to the power 3, because we have 1000, it's 10 to the power 6. So computer can perform up to 10 to the power 7 computations in 1 second. It can perform up to these computations in 1 second, so that if we just use this combination, so it will work. Generally in the online coding contest, in online platform, in the online judges, 1 second to 2 seconds is the time limit. So make sure that you follow that. Okay, so now let's try to think of some more efficient solution which runs in better time complexity. But for this question you have to think of a pattern here. Now as I said in the starting of the video that this is a pattern based question. You have to think of a pattern, like when you solve a particular question, like for any question, for example, this is the question, now this is the pattern running, you have to check for the pattern which is running in the question. Now try to think like this. Let's say that we are given n is equals to 1, so the only possible combination is 1, and the answer would be 1. Now let's say that n is equals to 2. For n is equals to 2, we have particular permutation 1, 2. Now there is no I and j relation over here, so the output would be 1, 2. Why there is no I and j relation over there? Because I is equal to 0, j is equal to 1. There cannot be a k between them, because the indexes of the array are integer indexes. Indexes of the array are integer indexes, so there cannot be any k belonging to them. I less than k less than 0. Okay. Now for n is equals to 3, the particular combination is 1, 2, 3, but this is not the answer. Because this is not beautiful. Okay, this is not the answer, because this question is this particular combination is not beautiful. So the pattern which you have to see, which I am talking about, like for the starting of the video, this is the pattern. For odd you have to see 2 into element minus 1, and for even you have to see 2 into element. Now this kind of a pattern is very difficult to approach, but this is one which can help you whenever you strike this kind of a question in the in any next of your queries and of the questions. Now try to think of this. Let's say that, now let's forget about this. Let's say that we are given n is equal to 3, and we are asked to generate a beautiful combination out of this, a beautiful array out of this. Okay, so now we will approach via the historical pattern. We will firstly see for n is equal to 1. For n is equal to 1, it is 1. Now by using this one, I will write the steps. By using this one, this element, we will generate all elements which belongs to n is equal to 3 range. Now for odd element, I said 2 into element minus 1. Now here element is equal to 1, so 2 into 1 minus 1, which is equivalent to 1. Now we are having this one. Okay, for odd we are having this one. For even we are having 2 into 1, which is equivalent to 2. Now the answer is 1, 2. But the size of the array is 2 yet. the size of the array is 2 yet. We have to go till 3. Let's proceed it again. For every element, let's say if we are again generating for odd, so for 1 it would be 2. Just wait a minute, let me just correct it. Right, let me write over here. For odd we were having 1 2. For odd we would be having 2 into 1 minus 1, which is 1. And for this 2 we also have to check. So 2 into 2 minus 1 is this, 4 minus 1 is equivalent to 3. For even 2 into 1 which is equivalent to 2 into 2 which is equivalent to 4. Just combine these, or concatenate these, so it would become 1 3 2 4. Now this is not the required answer because we were required for n is equal to 3. So whenever you see such kind of a term which precedes the n, you drop. So this is not considered. The answer would be 132. Okay, now let's try to analyze for one more example. Let's say that we have to find a beautiful combination for n is equal to 4. Initially, let me just make a graph. For n is equal to 1, for odd I was having 2 into 1 minus 1 which is equivalent to 1. For even I would be having 2 into 1 which is equivalent to 2. The length of the this particular sub answer is 2, which is less than equal to 4. So let's continue. Now for this odd element would be 2 into 1 minus 1 which is equivalent to 1, and for this even element would be 2. For this odd element would be 2 into 2 minus 1 which is equivalent to 3, and for this even element would be 2 into 2 which is equivalent to 4. Now the size of this sub problem is 4, which is less than equal to 4. So we can just stop over here because we got 4 is equal to 4. So now this last child is our answer. So the answer is 1 2 3 4. So this is the pattern which you have to see. As I earlier said that this is a pattern based question. I want to make sure that you get this type of the questions also, so that whenever you see next time you can solve these questions. Okay, so I hope that you are clear of the concept. Now let's try to code it once. Okay, so first of all we have to include the libraries. Hash include now let's not hash include, let's write the function only. We have to return a vector int, and we are given a function, and we are given a vector. Sorry, not we are given a vector, we are given a number int 10. So first of all, let us try to make our answer array. We will make a vector of integer type. Let's call it as answer. Initially my answer array is empty. Initially my answer vector is empty. Empty. Okay, then I add 1 to it. So answer dot pushback 1. Why I added 1? Because as I said, for n is equals to 4 we start from 1, then we go to 2, then we go to 3, then we go to 4. This is kind of a structure which we are using. Okay, now we have pushed 1, then while answer dot size is less than equal to n, what we will do, we will firstly check for the odd element. Let us maintain a temporary array to store our subproblem answer. Like we have to store the subproblem answer na. So for that let us use a temporary array for int vector int of temporary. Okay, so for every element which is there in the answer vector. Okay, so if the element into 2 minus 1 is less than equals to n, so temp dot pushback this element into 2, let me write over here that element into 2. Okay, this element into 2, let me write over the next page. For auto element which is there in that of the answer, we have to push back it to the 10. If let me write over, yeah, so if 2 into element minus 1 which is less than equals to n, so temp dot push back, temp dot push back that element. And similarly for E1 we have to check for every element, which is there in answer, if my 2 into element is less than equals to n, then temp dot push back that element. Temp dot push back, no, here I did some mistake. Here I have to push 2 into element minus 1, because I am generating from 1 na, from 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So I have to represent 2 into element minus 1, and here I have to push 2 into element. And when I come out of these two loops, I have to push my temp into the answer. So answer is equals to temp, and at the last I have to return the answer. See, simple code. Just the code is simple, just you have to check for the pattern. Now in the next video we will continue our journey of DSA. I wanted to make sure that you understand this question so that you have a more understanding of problem solving skills. So I hope that you understood it. For any doubt, make sure to comment it out. Thank you.